Our top story tonight at 5:30, the Navy is calling on the mayors of Hampton Roads to make sure it keeps getting your garbage. You heard that right. The Navy relies on trash collected from Southside cities to heat Norfolk Naval Shipyard.
Yeah, but the deal between the cities and the Navy seems to have an uncertain future. 10 on your side's Lex Gray has more on what could happen. Lex?
Anita and Chris, it takes about 2,000 tons of trash per day to heat all the buildings and ships dry docked here at Norfolk Naval Shipyard. All of that trash comes from you and everyone else living on the south side of Hampton Roads. It sounds like a win-win for the Navy and for our cities, but there is a hitch. Every day, this facility handles 2,000 tons of trash collected from Southampton Roads. It gets sorted, shredded, burned, and turned into steam that heats Norfolk Naval Shipyard. The process happens at Wheelabrator, Portsmouth.
We're the sole source of steam for this facility behind me.
But it doesn't come cheap. The Southeastern Public Service Authority, known as SIPSA, handles trash disposal for the 8 cities and counties involved. Executive Director Roland Taylor told me it costs $125 per ton to dispose of trash at Wheelabrator for the Navy. But it could cost less than half that, and SIPSA is now considering at least 3 alternatives.
We hope we can work out something that will be mutually acceptable to the communities. I think they've been looking for a long time to have something different for the cost of waste disposal from each one of the communities, because they have borne a big burden.
But the Navy and Wheelabrator are urging SIPSA to think beyond cost per ton.
We're meeting the needs of the communities in an environmentally way that benefits the Navy as well. Sometimes you do pay a little bit more for these services, but the long-term commitment and value to the community, I think, certainly outweighs that additional cost.
Virginia's Secretary of Veterans and Defense Affairs John Harvey also wrote a letter to SIPSA and city mayors, telling them that ending the waste-to-energy deal is, quote, the wrong message to send at this time, and that it would be detrimental to the Navy's mission. I reached out to some of the mayors who will be involved in making the decision about whether to stick with Wheelabrator and the Navy or go with something else. No one said whether they'd made a decision yet, and nothing will change until 2018 because they're bound by contracts. But we may have a better idea of what they'll do when SIPSA meets in December to go over their options. Live in the newsroom, I'm Lex Gray, 10 on your side.